Good afternoon and welcome to City News at 4 o'clock. I'm Caitlin Kelly. The Terrorist Offenders Bill was approved by the House of Lords yesterday after being passed through Parliament by MPs at the beginning of the month. Drawn up as emergency legislation following the recent terror attacks in Streatham and London Bridge, the government moved to pass the bill before the 28th of February, the date the next terror offender is due for release.
Yeah, thanks, Joanna. I'm here in King's Cross, which is one of London's busiest stations where tubes will still run despite the coronavirus outbreak. Sadiq Khan has told Londoners that there is no risk to using public transport and that people are best off washing their hands. This is despite the 4 further cases that have been found in London in the past 12 hours. Sadiq Khan's message echoes similarly that of Boris Johnson, who, in the government action plan released this morning, emphasised that the most important thing to do was to wash hands, both with soap and to sing happy birthday twice through, which we've heard kind of continuously this past week. Earlier this morning, Guildhall School of Music and Drama was another educational institution to be shut down, with one teacher currently at the Royal Free Hospital being treated for coronavirus. Police were called at 1:30 to the scene and they evacuated most of Dean Street and the surrounding areas. One policeman I spoke to said he had some difficulty evacuating people today, partially due to the sort of disdain after the same thing happening yesterday, but also because it happened at lunchtime. People were working in between shifts. So could you just talk me through what happened when they evacuated you?
Our chef literally said we have like 5 minutes to just get out. So we went to our lockers, got our coats. And then, we just had to walk out. That's our meeting point. So we had to stand there.
And now for our weather with Ben Smith. So Ben, for those of us heading down to the St Patrick's Day celebrations, will the Irish wind and rain be following us there? In London, an average of 230 domestic abuse offences are recorded every day. I met with MP Carolyn Harris, Shadow Minister for Women and Equalities, to discuss the importance of the bill returning to the Commons.
Well, the domestic abuse bill has been something that's been sort of round in the ether for many years now, and we've been desperate to get it through.
So this week the bill has come under criticism for excluding migrant women and BME women, particularly for Londoners, where 41% of the population are of an ethnic minority, and we also have the highest migrant population in the country. What effect does this bill have on those groups?
If you are a migrant woman and you are dependent on a male partner for your housing and for your NAS, because that's where the money comes from, then if you report that person, then your visa, your money, your accommodation is all dependent on that person.
These are the stories of real women who wanted to share their experience of a time when a sex game went wrong. In the UK, an estimated 59 women have been killed by men who then went on to claim it was a sex game gone wrong. But where does the boundary fall between kinky sex and assault? I went to meet with Lady Lorelei, known as Divine Theratrix, who is a dominatrix working with individuals to safely explore their sexuality through practices like BDSM.
There are various different psychological and emotional payoffs for people.
So the majority of people that answered our survey told us that they first accessed or saw BDSM through porn. The majority also told us that they think more needs to be done to educate people about safe practice and how to engage in BDSM.
Campaigner Fiona McKenzie wants to stop this from fueling the sex game gone wrong defence.
I think there's 4 of the recent cases where the man has watched pornography, violent pornography.
Appealing to busy commuters, Wrap Up London are gearing up for their latest coat amnesty ahead of what the Met Office predict to be the coldest winter on record. Around 30,000 coats are being collected at 8 sites in London and then distributed to 150 organisations across the capital.
The response has been absolutely amazing.
Thanks, Siri. Sounds like we'll be staying at home until the pancake batter runs out in that case.
Just got to find myself a boo first. That's all from us here at City TV News today.
Have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.